Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry for the break. My network was terrible. I had to find something to do about it. I hope now it's better. I hope now it's better, sincerely. It's looking okay now. So, I was talking about the hero section, and yeah, I was on the editing page where on the editing page yeah, where I was talking about the background overlay, and I didn't want this. I didn't want the text that is the headline and the subline to be overshadowed by the images, by the background image rather. So I would rather darken the background image, the background image rather, not images, I'm using an image, by using the background overlay. So back to editing page. How do we add this background overlay? Let me fix this first. I had to start from the beginning, so let me fix what I already did previously. Let me repeat cover. Yes. So back to the background overlay. You scroll down on your under your style for the container. Then you click on background overlay. Oh no. Yes, so background type. We're going to choose color, and the color we're using is black, obviously. So it's scroll back to 000. Yes. So now, next we look at the opacity. Opacity is that it helps to either make your background overlay, that is the color you choose, to be lighter or to be darker. So obviously you are going for the darker version. So we increase the opacity. I'll leave it at 0.9. I think that's okay. It's not that hidden and it's not too obvious to overshadow our content. So next we are adding the headline, this headline and the subheadline. So we'll go back to our editing page. We bring in a new container. So to help us, because of course this is the home page and we're going to have a whole lot of containers. So one good thing to do to maintain orderliness in your web design is to ensure you name your containers. So for this, I'm just going to name is hero section. So I won't be confused in case I want to easily identify a section I want to edit. I can just identify by its name. So this is the hero section. This container is going to house every other containers every other container that I will use in hero section, for the heading, the text, the sub headline, the CTAs, everything will be housed under this hero section. Yeah, I think I made a mistake here. Okay, so next we are going to add the headline and the sub headline. To do this, we're going to add a new container again. Yeah, add a new container here. Yes. So looking at our website here, notice the headline and subheadline is at the left hand side rather. Left hand side. So our container we just added now editing page is at the center. So if we are to add the headings and the subheading, let me add it. See what it looks like. It comes to this top part, and that's not what you want. So what we're going to do to change this, let's delete this. Delete this. What we're going to do to change this is Go back to our hero section, container. See, click on that. Now we have on the main content, the hero section. We change the layout under justify content to leave it at center. Now you see our heading container has moved to the center. Good. So we already bring it to the middle. We don't want to be at the top. Next, we'll click on the heading container again. We change the width to full width. I forgot to change that. Full width. Yes, full width. Then we also reduce the width. We want it to be like half of this page, half of these sections. We want the headline to be around here. So this part is what the headline. So reduce the width of the container. Reduce it to 50. Yes, 50. Good. Now we can add our heading and sub headline. So it's here. Add heading here. Good. This is our heading. So let's just copy the text here. You can see the punchline text I use here. Nail that perfect look every time. This are some of the things that make it has a psychological effect on our clients or our visitors of this website. It gives them this sense of wow. So whenever I do my nails at this nail salon, my look is going to bang. I'm going to look so good. So whatever outfit I wear, I'm going to nail it. So yeah, so when when writing the content for a website, be very, very how do I put this? Be thoughtful, be smart with your choice of word. This right up here, I actually use a ChatGPT. Yes, we have ChatGPT. I have to tweak it also to make it look this good. So let's copy this. Copy. We'll go back to this page, our title, add it here. Now note that for those who are new to web design, you don't paste this on this canvas. You come to the working canvas as the side, the left hand side here, and you paste this. Good. Let's see how it looks like. Now look at this. Our heading here, you can see that there's a space between the end of this column and our heading. But on our editing page, there's no space. They are all like clustered together. Let's change that. To do that, we are going to go back to our hero section. The hero section here, and we have to change the padding of our hero section. So because we have increased the content width, like I said, the layout here, we increase the content width to 90 VH. Like we make this from this end to this end wider. We don't have to put a top padding and a bottom padding. That's not necessary for this hero section because I've already added so much space in between with the using the content to it. So just leave it at using only the right and left padding. I think I used 8. Yes, that was it. I used 8 in the site that I did. Let's use 8 and 8. Always use the same figure. This helps to make it uniform and not disorderly. Makes it look uniform. Yeah. So let's close this. Let's look. And I can see I've created that same space. So all my content will start from this line, this margin line to this margin line. If I'm to write anything at the right hand side, you need to stop it to be at the very extreme edge. So let's go back to editing. Looking at the page, I see I divided my text. I made this first 3 words, nail that's perfect. top, then I also did the same for here, look every time. So to achieve this, I think I used a very short code. I used this. I use the break. I have to break the text. So you just add this break code, this BR. Yeah, that's what I did. So you can see it looks good now. You can see it looks new. That's perfect look. Next, we're going to go to the style. Now, before we go to the style, because this is our headline, you should not use the H2 tag, but I use the H1. This is our headline. This is the first thing. So use the H1. This looks better. Nail that perfect look. Yeah. So let's move to the style. We'll leave the alignment at left because this is where it's facing. And for the typography, I use a font, family font of, oh, I can't remember. Let me try play something. Let me look for it. I think it has to be display. Yeah, Playfair display. Yes, this is the exact font. So for my size, I think I use size 50. Size 50, yes. Is that too big? I think that's the exact thing I used. Yes, it's the same. And for the weight, I use 700 bold. That is to make the text weight more heavy. Use 700 bold. Nice. It adds to the weight of the text. And I actually use capital. I actually capitalize the word, but since I copied it from the site, it's already in caps. But if you're designing your own, you just have to transform it to uppercase here. There's no need, already in caps. And for the line height, I used 1.2 em. Yes, 1.2 em. Whenever I'm increasing or decreasing my line height, I don't use the pixel measurement. I use em. I think it has more better accuracy than the pixel. Yeah, so this is basically the line in between this. See that it has reduced. Before there was so much space between this nail that's perfect look and look every time. Nail that's perfect and the second part of the text look every time. So it's no longer so much space there. The space, I reduced the space. So next is the color. We're going to change the color of this text. I think we are done with the typography now. Yes, we're done with typography. There's not a setting need. Oops, sorry. Yes, the text color, we are changing it to white. I think that was what I used, right? Yes, I used white. This is good. This is looking good. Yes, look at our text color, white. So next, after the headline, is the subheadline. Is the subheadline. So to use subheadline, we're going to use the text editor. The text editor. That is the next feature we're going to add beneath the headline. Text editor. Yes. So let's copy the text I used here. Also, you won't find this in the original websites. I believe one issue some web designer face in designing websites, whenever the clients give them a brief and all the contents they want them to include in our website. As a web designer, you should be able to discern what content fit into your website. It's not when your clients give you long content that look like a legal document content. You fix everything in the website. You know, there are some things you have to modify. You have to um, um, section them, try to summarize the point to make more meaning. Your visitors don't have the luxury of time to read everything on your homepage. They can find more information about the company on their about page. So make use of their short um time on your homepage. Make it memorable for them. Yeah. So look for catchy text. Look for text that strike a chord on the first glance. So let's paste this. The self-test is your nails deserve more than ordinary. From trending setting designs to flawless finishes, your craft look that make a statement every single time. Most people that do nails, they want to make a statement. They want to look good. They want to look flawless. So this actually strike a chord to the ego. Like, oh, so whenever I come to this nail salon, of course I'm going to look flawless whenever I'm leaving. So you're striking a chord to their ego on how they look. So take that to your advantage. So yeah, we have added this. Next, we are going to style our sub headline. Make it left. Yes, the alignment left. Then the typography, I use Lato. Yes, that was what I used. I think the typography is set. Typography is set. The size 16. Was that the size I used? Or did I use 18? No. The size that I used was 18. Let's look at it. Yeah, it's bolder than this 18. Yeah, the weight is medium. And line height is 1.4. I don't want change it to EM, remember. I don't know what's going on. Why doesn't it want to change? EM. What's going on? Why does it not want to change? Let's try again. Pixel EM. No. It's not changing. I don't know why. Line height has refused to change from pixel to EM. Yeah, finally EM. Used 1.4. That's how it looks like. The line height. I told you is the space in between the lines. Yep, it looks the same. So if you notice, I I reduced the space in between the headline and the subline. I wanted the headline to be very close to the subline. So immediately you're reading the headline, your eyes already set on the subline. You almost never skip reading the sub headline. So to achieve this, you increase or rather you decrease your margin spacing. before we do that, let's complete the style. Just change the text color to white. I remember I told you about how to add your text color using the site settings. So whenever you add your text color in site settings, this is where you get to change them. Look at them here. Look at all the colors I added: white, muted orange, terracotta, purple, and green. So I get to use them easily from here, rather than, of course, adding the codes one by one. That's so cumbersome. So now next we have to reduce the margin so that the sub headline will be very next to the headline. To do this, we are going to click on the advanced section and change this the measurement to percentage. We have to unlink this so that when we put in a value, it doesn't apply to the whole setting, top, right, bottom, and left. So we're going to give it a -5 margin. The top part, remember, this is the side we're going to reduce. So we'll give it a -5 margin. Let's see how it looks like. Yes. I think it's too close. Let's reduce it. Let's see, -4. Yeah, I think this is fair. This is fair. And -4. This is fair. Good. Now we have done our headline and our sub headline. So far, if you've been following so far, please subscribe to my channel. You can see I'm a very small creator, an upcoming creator, not a small creator. I'm an upcoming creator, so your support means a lot to me. So next we are going to add our CTA button. Remember at the beginning of the live I talked about the major ingredient of a banner, or what we call hero section, is the headline, the sub-headline, and the CTA. Now the CTA is the most important ingredient of this banner, because after talking about after giving them this nice punch and everything, and you leave them without telling them what to do next on your site, you just lose a potential customer, because the person might just randomly scroll down and get out of your site. But if you have a CTA that tell them, okay, I want to book this, I want you to book an appointment with us immediately. Even after reading this, they might be triggered. They may still be in that euphoria of, oh, I want a flawless thing, and they're already booking an appointment. So you have to be very strategic on how you design your website. So next, we're going to add these buttons. Back to our editing page. We're going to add a new container. Yes, a new container beneath this. This is our button container. Good. This is full width and everything. Inside our button, here, before we add our button, we have to change the direction of our buttons. Change it to horizontal direction. So whenever I add anything, it's going to be pushing it from, like, it's going to stay side by side. It's not going to be stacked. If it was under the vertical row, if it was vertical, it's going to be stacked top. Top. You add a container here, it's going to stack it on top of each other. But when it's in horizontal, it's side by side. That is basically the difference. I want the buttons to be side by side, so I'm going to change directions to horizontal. So next I'm going to add our button widgets. I believe you are gaining something so far in this video. This is just the beginning. We haven't even gone halfway on the home page. Here's the button. Add your button section. Good. I think the text there was book an appointment, so click to add our text, book appointment. Yes, book appointment. That was the text, the first text there, right? Book appointment. So next we're going to style it. If because this is not a client website, like I said, if this was a client website, you're already adding the link to this page here so that you don't forget. You don't want to have a broken link. You already have a customer that wants to book an appointment, only for the customer to click on your link and it's directing them to nowhere, and you already lost the customer. So immediately add a link to this button that directs them to the page where they book an appointment. But this is just a video for this tutorial, so I'm not adding any link. Next we're going to style this. I'm not adding any icon to this button, so we skip the icon option. We're going to style this. Yes, so let's look at the typography. I'm using Lato. Now if you notice, so far I'm using just two fonts so far. I'm using just two fonts. That is the Playfair display, which is mostly for headlines, and Lato, which is for text, smaller text like text editors and co, and also the buttons. So let's add Lato, not Lato. Let's add this. Yes. So we increase the fonts to probably 16. Oh, that was much. 16 or 18. Let's see. I think that was okay. See, font weight is tiny. Let's weight. Really bold. So really bold. Let's increase the font size. 18. This looks better. Yeah, this looks better. So next we are going to change the color. It's not green. It is terracotta. Yes, terracotta. And something I forgot to, not terracotta. Muted orange. That's what I use. Now, something I forgot to mention is before designing your website or a website, you should have already decided the colors you're going to use, like the brand color. Don't just pick up random colors and just use it anyhow. Select a primary color and a complementary color. Throughout this website, I'm going to just basically be using this terracotta and this muted orange. That's basically what I'll be using. Of course, white and black we always use for a plain website. So set a color that actually complements each other. Don't set something that is off, that doesn't complement each other. So your site doesn't look like a clown shoe or something like that. Back to our discussion. Next is the border type. We are going to use a solid border type, and the border is the edges. Look at this edge side, edges of this button. You can see immediately I clicked solid, it become border. So we change the width of this. How heavy is this? I think leave it at 1. I want it to be very thin, almost not noticeable. Let's see. Let me close this. Let's compare it to our sites. I think it looks almost the same. Should we make it 1.5? Let's make it 1.5. Let's see. Oh no. I wrote 51 other than 1. Notice the the dot came in front. I'm trying to write something here. Yeah, I think this is much better. So we change the color to white. Yeah, I think white is okay. Then the border radius to make the edges. I like to smoothen the edge. I don't want it to be this edgy at the end, if that's the right word. So I use a border radius of 10 pixel around. That's from top, bottom, right. 10 pixel, and let's see how it looks. Yeah, this is what it looks like. And next we move to the padding. I want to give it an adjustment both at the left, the right, the top, the bottom, more space in between. So we need to unlink this first and change the measurement to percentage. So for the top, what I do is I make sure the top and the bottom have the same value, like the same number, while the right and the left also have the same number. So for the top, we're going to use padding of 15. That's the top space 15, and the bottom same thing to 15. Yeah, this will be better. Then for the right, we're going to use 25 and left 25. This look way too big than I thought it would be. Okay, let's change this. Oh, I think I should have used pixels, not percentage. Pixels. It's going to stop from beginning. 15, bottom 15, 25, 25. Yes, this looks better. I made a mistake with the measurement. I mostly use percentage for the measurement whenever it comes to adding paddings under the advanced section, not this section. So yeah, our button is ready. This is okay. And this is okay. So going back to our website, you can see the buttons are two and they stand side by side. So we need to duplicate this. You click on this pen here, then you right click and then you click on duplicate. You see it's now staying side by side. Remember, we're able to achieve this because under the button container, this is the button container here, we change the direction to back to horizontal rather, so it can stay side by side. So the only thing to do here is to edit the text. We just write learn more. Yeah, learn more. Yes, now this looks good. This looks the same with what we have here. It's the same as what we have here. Yeah. Now we are done with the hero section so far. Yes, we are done with the hero section so far. And next, we are going to the next section where I did a little showcase of sponsors, or should I say partnered brand. I think I just took 3 images. There are more images there on the website. Let's look at the original website. Still loading. Okay, still loading. Finally. So looking at the main original website, you can see the difference. Look at their slider, hero section, and our simple, very simple, our very simple hero section that drives the point. There's something else you should note down about using this type of hero section slider. It's beautiful. It showcases different pictures and everything, but also it can um it can affect your site speed, because the first thing your site has to load whenever whenever a visitor visits your site is with images. Like the back end to load images takes time, unlike loading text or headings. So you should also know that. So before you upload images on your slider, ensure you have compressed images while not losing its brightness and everything. So also consider that's why designing. Don't just design for aesthetics. Also consider the user experience, how fast it will be whenever a user tries to load to the website. So now we are done with the hero section. We are going next to this sponsored image. To achieve this, we are going to add a new container. And to do that, we have to scroll down here and add a new container. Remember, this is a new section, so we need a new container for this section. We can't add a new container under these hero sections. We are done with our hero section. So let's close this. Yes, let's close this. So add a new section. Yes, we have a new section. Under this new section, you can see there are 3 images. So we're going to use 3. No, not 3. We're going to use a grid container, not just a single color container this time around. This is a grid container. We drag these widgets down here. Good. So our widget is here. So we change the rows to 1 row. Sorry. Change to 1 row because we just need only 3 columns. So we don't need 2 rows. We need just 3 columns. So to add those images, I think I used a different logo or image type. I didn't use basically image. There was a reason I didn't image. I think it was not giving what I wanted to give. It's not looking smart, looking so big and everything. I needed something that gives this logo kind of look. Those things, those images are logos. So I used what they call retina logo. Retina logo, yes. Now to access retina logo, you need to download a plugin called Ultimate Add-ons for Elementor. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of this video. I used Elementor free to design this website. Obviously, using Elementor free to design a website has a lot of limitations, unlike using Elementor Pro. We all know that. So I had to use another free plugin. Of course, they have the pro version, but the free is good enough for me, which is Elementor add-on, Ultimate Elementor add-on. I use UAE to design this website. Rise to using free Elementor version. So now we have added this. Let's choose an image. What image did we choose? We choose a vegan something image. I think so. Yeah, 100% vegan. Remember, I said I already have all my images I'm going to use in my media library, so I don't need to go download any images again. So I just click on media library and I scroll, look for the image, then upload it. Here is the image here, 100% vegan. Select it and upload it. Yes, and I basically just copy this same thing instead of dragging more another retina logo widget. No, there's no need for that. I just copy and I paste it here. Right, so pasting. Yeah, paste it here. Oh no, I think I did it twice. Copy and paste it. Yes, so I change the image, choose image, scroll down. Yes, this image I use second, select it. I do the same here. Paste. It's actually just past through where I am here, past 3 AM. So I guess that's why I'm yawning. Yeah. So let's see how this look. Are they all equal? No. This is a bit bigger. I have to find a way to reduce this image. Let's see if I can just increase the image resolution like this. Still the same. Only cost. Let me check this. I think I must have reduced it with a custom custom width and height. I can't remember the figure, so let me go to the back end of Redesign page so I can see the custom width and height I used. So while this is loading, let's just edit. Let's edit the background. You can see the background for this is I used the terracotta color, which is brown. It is brown. Brown. And if you look closely, notice that the edges of this brown, I use the orange, the muted orange color. Yes, I use it for the edges, but it's not so noticeable. It's slightly noticeable. So let's go back to our main container for this logo. Go to main container, go to styles. Yeah, go to style and change the color type, background type to terracotta color. Yeah, this is the color. This is the color. Let's look. Did I give it padding? Yes, I gave it a padding. I did give it a padding. Change the percentage. So giving it 5 pad, top padding of 5, bottom padding of 5. Yeah. Let's see, 8. Let's see. So now I'll give it. Let's check if the page is still loading. Still loading. We need to check on the back end what is the measurement I use for that middle logo. I must have used a custom image resolution for that logo, which I can't remember for now. So we have to go through the backend to get the custom width and height I used for it, because that logo is too big for the rest of them. Okay. You can see I titled my containers from the backend of the website. Affiliated Lagos. Let me see second one. Apparently I didn't change the width. Try custom server. Let me see what it looks like. this is say guess. Okay. Okay. Something I must have done. Signing this logo because it doesn't match with the others. Or am I using the wrong logo? Okay, we'll figure out that later. Let's go back to our main container for this logo, and we need to add the border. Let's do that next time. We need to add the border line that I showed earlier. So scroll down to border, then you click on solid. We're going to use just one. Guys, for the width should be muted orange, and for the radius it will be 10 pixels or 10 pixels around. Let's see how it looks like. Yes, looks like it. I can see the edges um of of this is it's not the same as this. So I'm going to change that. I myself adjusted the grid. Okay, let's go back to our editing page. We need to correct this. The height I used for it is not the same. I mean the top and yes, I think I used 1.5. I use 1.5 for each. Copy, change it to this, copy and paste. It's still not the same as the previous one. Now let me show you what I did. I noticed in the previous one I designed, I didn't just add a new container then immediately add a grid. I add containers on containers, and I had a reason for that. So let's do that again. Let's add a container. Let's add a container here. I'm trying to add a container, and it's just not happening. So okay, I already add the container. I'm going to adjust this. I'll lift it up here to this place. Yes. So what this means is that all these grids now, I'll shift them under this second container I just did. So now the grid is inside a container, like inside another container. So that's what just happened right now. That being said, for the previous site, I showed the advanced level, the advanced rather. Let's check the grid. Okay, the grid has a padding of top and bottom 1.5. So fix is not for which it should be boxed. The container, I make it box too. Okay, change box again. In this container where I change the site to roots. It's of the sites are not supposed to be in the padding. It's supposed to be on the margins. Because padding means you're keeping space. You're doing space inside a column or container. When it comes to the margin, it means you're keeping the space outside the container. So that's what I want to do outside the container. Let's see. It's The third issue sometimes you face you redesign the site and you're confused on um how you did it. Let's follow the step of the previous website. First container is full width. Yellow styles, yes. Yellow styles. The advanced, yes, nothing there. Right, that was a mistake. So the next container box and so there how is it changing? Change the layout box, yes. So for this grid, change the layout to stick box. Percentage plus 12 points. Copy this. And paste it. Okay, so we change the style of the grid to paragraphs. Yes, this is how it looks like. Then reduce the margin, the top margin, so that it can go up. And the varnish. Like, yeah, this is how it looks like. We finally got it. So we're going to change the edges of this grid. Change solid. The width should be 1 and the color should be muted orange and radius should be 10. this is it. I still need to figure out what to do with this middle logo, which is actually the reason why this is looking so big. Let's check others. It's 100 by 100. 100 by 100. Okay, let's change the custom of this one to 100. Since the others are 100 by 100, so let's give the 100 by 100 custom size 100. So apply. Hopefully it reduces like others. Apply. Yes. Now we have it. You can see all three are the same. I have to give the middle one a custom image resolution. Here we are done with our sponsored post. So let's title this sponsored post partner brand brand. Yes, so that's it for the section. And the next section is our services, what we offer. Probably we might stop at the section, then tomorrow we continue from where we stop. We add a new container for our services. We change the content with the full width. It will give it a top, left, right, bottom padding, so it doesn't get our work clustered. So we give it a padding of percentage. A top padding of I think 5. Then this was not then right padding of 8. It's yeah. So what next is to create this I did. Now my own little not so extravagant creative way. I had to get an icon of painting of nails, like someone need a manicure, an icon. And previously on my channel I have posted a video, but that was I think one of my first videos on my channel on how to get websites where you can download free icons, amazing icons. And I saw it the top of my list was Iconify, and that is where I got this exact icon I used to decorate this whole homepage. So I already have that downloaded. If you want to get yours, you can just go to Iconify design. That's now the website, the web link rather. Iconify.design. Go there, you type what kind of icon you want, then you have a choice to download it as SVG or take it as code. I Notify has a variety of logos or icons there. It's beautiful. So back to our tutorial. We're going to use an icon list widget to achieve that little designs you see on the web page. Icon list widgets. Icon list widgets. I search for it and I've passed it. Icon lists. Here is it. Put that here. Add it in the container. On the main container, nice main container. Pick this. We yes, we are going to justify the content in this container. I want everything to be at the middle and blue. Let's justify in the middle. Center. Alignment of sorry. Alignment to at the middle. Yes, good. So click on the icon list. Remove all the other lists if not needed. I just need one. So you click on the one you need. I don't know why it's not opening. Well, let's add an item. Okay. Let's upload the SVG file. No, cancel. I mean, upload not going to the icon library. So here are the icons. This is the icon I used. So I'm getting a manager down. Yes, this icon I used. That's it. Next we line center. Let's talk about the space in between. Okay, and okay. For icons, I think we should increase the icon size a bit. It seems too not obvious. 20 is a good figure for it. For the gap, let me add 10. So it doesn't cost that. For text. We use the same I've always used, Lato 16. I want the text to be very a little bit thin and not extremely thin that you can't read. You can of course read it. Typography. Yeah, perfect. So we move down to I don't it's icon color, text color. Yes, this is the text color. Change this to was it white? It's what was the text color? Oh, it's muted orange. It's not white, so we change it back to everything. I'm already feeling quite sleepy. finally the text is thick. Let's change that in typography. Let's increase the weight size. I think the weight is too slim for what we are doing. Increase the weight to maybe the text is a bit slanted, so I think the version should be no the style rather be oblique. Yes, yes, that should be fine. No, that should be the font size. I think it's too big. I don't know why this is very slow.